statement and build that resume. Fresno State will kick it off, and we will be underway. He'll bring it back looking for help. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So USC's offense will have the opening possession of the game. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. It'll be interesting to see what they do today.
He's got him. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
You know, it's hard enough just to catch passes in college football, but to do it while also being cognizant of where you are in the field and making sure you get a foot down inbounds, that's really impressive.
Got it in the middle. It's Fowler. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45. The Trojans come to the line with a new set of downs. Holds and fires it complete to the right. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Great play by the cornerback. He was just way too physical at the point of attack. He beat his man trying to block him, and he tackled that receiver on the screen.
Pulls and throws off the RPO. Turning it on! Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24. And the Trojans have this offense rolling. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. He'll do it himself. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down. The Trojans, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. They'll move the tight end. Give to the running back. He just kept those big, powerful thighs churning, but he'll be knocked down at the 1. Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can pick up the first without scoring. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. And he'll run into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans.
That great first drive by this offense. Capped off, third and goal situation. A lot of times thinking run. They got a perfect play scripted. Take advantage of the defense. Get the passing touchdown and get this party started right.
On the run from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Bulldogs offense will have its first possession of the game. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass and coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that, yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You better worry about the ground game. You better get some kind of deception going against this secondary.
And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. They'll leave it with him. Got enough for the first. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
First down physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
They've got it. 1st and 10 at the 42. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to fire. He's got his man. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. The Bulldogs are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. Fresno State will have to punt. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. And nobody able to handle that punt. They'll let it bounce and roll out of bounds. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Brown wants to pass. He's got it. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. First down, 10 yards to go. Use the play fake, now to throw. Pulls it in, it's Fields.
And frankly, if that's a completion, it's not going to make the end-of-season highlight reel, but in this game, it could lead to a highlight reel type play. The offensive coordinator may be setting something big up for later in the game.
It's complete on the right side. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. And the Trojans come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on 1st down. The short hands, it's Worthy. And look, this guy has some serious moves, and he tried all of them and still didn't get loose. After that last completion, it's 2nd down. Wants to throw it. Fires toward the end zone. Touchdown, Southern Cal! They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Solid run, picks up 6 and gets it to the 28. And the Bulldogs with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. He picks up maybe a couple before he stopped right at the 30-yard line. Bulldogs are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. He didn't get it. Not only that, he lost yardage. They bring the punter onto the field now. He'll go back to work and punt it away for the 2nd time.
And that was almost a huge mistake by special teams. On the punt return, fumbling the football. They are so lucky that they jumped on that ball and that their offense is now going to take the field because that could have been disastrous.
Brown will throw it. The quick out. And he is going to be forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Tremendous defense there. The Trojans trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. That's caught. It's Wormley. And a little bit of breathing room after that gain. He's out of bounds at the 11. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they're after him. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. And the Trojans will punt it away on 4th down. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Makes the catch around the 50. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Fresno State takes over and the offense will go back to work. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession.
I don't know, man. If I'm on defense here and I'm watching the way my D-line's getting manhandled, I might have to put more guys in the box. I might have to sacrifice the safety and try to get more hats close to the line of scrimmage to slow this running back down, because the RPO game's been a problem.
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on. And the Bulldogs line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down.
It was so important this offense was able to find a way to get in the rhythm, and the running game is now helping that. 2 straight punts on their previous 2 drives. This drive, though, they're having a little bit more success. Big reason why is this running back. He's been able to find some creases to run through, and it's really helping out this offense.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
They'll try the run. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Big 3rd down in the red zone, and this crowd is getting behind this defense. Got enough to move the sticks. 1st down from the 17. Fresno State moving it quickly down the field. Looking downfield on 1st down. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
At this point, trailing by a lot, the defense is expecting you to throw it. If you're going to throw over the middle of the field, the window's going to open and close quickly. You've got to have better timing to complete that throw. They just didn't have it there.
Got it behind the line. It's Slater. Oh, he's got some room headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
And I think the offense caught the D off guard on that play, throwing it to the fullback. I think this defense was expecting the fullback to kind of ram up in there and try to block somebody, maybe get a fullback dive, but not release out of the backfield like that and catch the ball. This fullback, he's got a lot of tools in his toolbox.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Brown wants to pass. Gets it out quickly. No chance to run, but they still move it forward. As we head to the quarter break, it is USC holding the lead. And we've come to the end of one. And let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the 2nd quarter. The Trojans with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Now the play fake. Under fire. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
This is a good sign for this defense. The rate they were going, not touching the quarterback, him already having 2 touchdown passes in the 1st half, this was not going to be a fun football game to watch. Now they're turning the tide a little bit, getting a little bit of pressure, getting a sack.
You know, it's funny. That's probably the most discombobulated the offense has looked so far in this game, right? After watching that incompletion there on third down, they were just up and down the field earlier. Tremendous rhythm, tremendous balance. Everything their play caller was dialing up was working, lighting up the scoreboard. You know, to some in this last drive, just not able to piece it together. They've got to be able to turn the page and get back to how they looked earlier in the game.
Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary.
Breaks into the open. Corralled and brought down by the defense.
And I know it's not a first down, but I still like the way they ran the football here. Just try to make the next third down manageable. Try to get it where it's not as predictable. I think the offense did a really good job being smart there, taking what the defense gave them.
They get him down, but they'll mark it beyond the line to gain. It's first down, Fresno State.
This is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
Making side adjustments here. Looking to throw on first down. Got his man quickly. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows. He can
head into the end zone. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. Fresno State lines up with a first and goal. Quarterback sneaking his way, tunneling and burrowing into the line. Scores on the sneak.
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
He'll bring it out. It's Wade. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive.
And how about this young fella who's slinging the pill, man? His completion percentage is through the roof. Dude, he's over 80% right now. Everything he's throwing is working, using the whole field, using multiple receivers. He looks like a different cat from what we've seen all throughout the season.
Well, you haven't seen a ton of incompletions in this game, and that's good news for this QB. Obviously, he struggled his last game out. Part of that was the defense. Part of that was him not playing as well as he wanted to. But in this game, he really has been, for the most part, locked in, and that is a good sign for this offense.
Makes his way out to the 20 before he stopped, and that'll bring up a fourth down. And the Trojans send out the punt unit. Hauls it in, looking for space. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on him. Fresno State takes over and the offense will go back to work. They tied it with a touchdown the last time they had it, and trying to complement the defense's good work by taking the lead here. Dumps it off in the flats. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. So now it's second and long. Handoff to the single running back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. He finds a soft spot in the middle. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line. Fresno State back to work with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
And It's nice to be the middle of the field safety. That's my responsibility. I own the middle. If you want to come across the middle, I'm going to hit you. If you want to throw it across the middle, I'm going to do a good job breaking on the football. Unbelievable job. You've got to have vision on the quarterback. See it, break it, go get it. Give me that INT.
The Trojans with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Brown will throw it. Fires left. Got him downfield. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14. They've got him wobbling after that big play now to pay it off on 1st and 10 from inside the 15. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
That's how you have a short memory. That's how you forget about the big play that just happened, and you line up in your stance and you respond. Great job by the defense, lining up, getting after the quarterback, even after they made a big play.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. On the run, fires downfield. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And with that, they've taken the lead. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. Last drive ended with a pick, but you still have to attack through the air. Using his legs, it's Duggan. He navigates some traffic, steps out of bounds at the 27 as this offense tries to get something going.
And that looked like an easy decision for the quarterback. Hand it off, give him the ball, let him get 5+ yards. Nice decision, nice job by the running back getting the yardage.
Going to throw it over the top of the D. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The defensive back staying in phase and batting it away. The Bulldogs come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Makes the grab. There he goes. All the way out to the 43-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds, and this offense is on the move. Now on 1st down from the 43-yard line. They're going to run it. Makes one man miss. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a 1st down at the 44. And the Bulldogs are on the move. To the air on 1st down. Fires to the middle. Oh, he drops the football. He had him right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Brown wants to pass. Just gets rid of it before the heat. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play.
Quarterbacks talk about it all the time. They love the clean pocket where they can step up, throw the football. That is not what they had. Nice job by the defense, beating the offensive line, disrupting the timing, and getting a nice clean hit on the quarterback.
Got his man. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short. And the Trojans will try to pin them back with the punt. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And here comes the punt team. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Now on the return. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Fresno State takes over, and the offense will go back to work. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you...
Unloads it downfield. And it falls incomplete, and the offense is lucky to have it. Defender right there almost had it in his grasp.
Pedal to the metal right now for this offense. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. Here on their 3rd possession, they're still taking shots way down the field, and why not? Give the defense credit.
Turning it on. Makes his man miss. Finally stopped at the 46 after a 15-yard gain. Last completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got his man in the middle. Offense working from the pistol. Motion from the wide receiver. Just keeps slinging it. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
And that one was knocked away. The defender did a really good job. I would argue maybe he could have put his hands on that and caught it, but there's a reason he plays defense, but definitely a forced throw and really nice coverage.
That's reeled in. It's Smith. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a 1st down. Fresno State back to work with a fresh set of downs. Under fire. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit.
This guy's getting himself into a rhythm here early. You just saw a beautiful throw on the previous play, and now he's showing off the speed, and you can't blame him, honestly. When you run like him, even if it's 1st down, if it's not open, just take off. This defense is going to be on their heels all game long if they can't find a way to start slowing him down.
They think they can impose their will here with the run to the right. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The Bulldogs have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. The RPO, fire complete to the left. He goes out of bounds right at the 15-yard line.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Brought down right at the 10, and this defense keeps him away from the 1st down line. But will they go for it on 4th down? They're in makeable field goal range. They can tie the game, but instead they'll go for it on 4th down. On 4th down, looking to pass. Got it! They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it 1st and goal. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And guys, how much better does it feel if you go to that locker room with a lead? And he will score! Touchdown, Fresno State!
Man, I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
Here's the return from inside his 10. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Brown will throw it. Fires one high and deep. Snags it down the right side. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Fires to the right. Sweet throw and catch along the sideline. It's enough for the 1st down. Big pickup before he goes out of bounds, but there is a flag. We'll have to see if it stands. They'll decline the penalty here, and the result of the play stands. After that flag, they spot the ball inside the 20. It's 1st and 10. Tight end in motion. See how the D reacts. He'll pull it on the read. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Already well within field goal range. Wonder how aggressive they'll be on 3rd and long from the 22. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster. They'll send out the kicker here. And he's already 1 for 1, so this time he'll try to put one through from 39 yards out. Just drives it between the uprights. That brings him to within 1. That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. From the gun, the running back has it. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, looks like we've had a compelling start to things there in Los Angeles. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at the LA Coliseum.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
The offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Running to Green. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athleticism, good decision to take off scrambling and help his offense, but you really are seeing his inexperience shine through here in this game.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
And he picks up a first down. That is not a flag on the play. It's just lingerie on the deck after that move. Fresno State moving it quickly down the field. The give to the tailback. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive. Stick your foot in the ground.
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Unloads to the wideout. And the shot to the middle of the field falls to the turf. Fresno State will have to punt it away. Fair catch is signaled for and made. They'll mark it at the 12, and they'll start in a bit of a hole. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. From the gun, the give, looking for room. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Brown wants to pass. Pucks it out of the air. Really good job making a play, getting it out to the 24 and moving those chains. 1st and 10 from their own 24-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter on 1st down, but 2nd down's coming up. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Back to pass. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. That one falls out of bounds, incomplete.
One of the things I love about this kid is that he goes to work. He struggled his last game out, completed less than 50% of his throws. So back to the drawing board, back to fundamentals, and you can see that paying.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. The Trojans will line up to punt it away. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. And the returner is stopped. Fresno State takes over and the offense will go back to work. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth game if I were allowed to play that push passes. I was playing quarterback, I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
Absolutely nowhere to go as his defense makes a 3rd down stop. Fresno State will have to punt. A low line drive and not his best work. He's got great speed. This guy is a daring punt return, man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. They go to the ground. A most efficient pickup of 6 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 4. The play action fake. Looking down the middle. It's complete. Really putting together a threat now. They get the 1st. It's at the 37. Clock ticking away as we have 4 minutes left here in the 3rd. The inside handoff. Makes the tackle at the 31. It's a pickup of 5 on the play. Halfway there on 1st down. It's 2nd and 5. Close to the marker, it's Fields. They make the stop, but the sweet pulling catch is plenty to give them a 1st down. And the Trojans come to the line with a new set of downs. The running back has it. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Brown will throw it. Fires to the wideout. Finds a man on the right. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. And here comes the field goal unit. This kicker has already made a couple today. Smashes it between the uprights. And with that field goal, they now have the lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. San Jose State showed its toughness on the road and picked up a crucial victory. And every win counts, don't get me wrong. But the victories outside of the comforts of home can really serve as a springboard. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still two quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. And the Bulldogs can really attack on this second and short. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. They've got the screen set up. Makes him talk to the hand. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10 on the option. Now the toss. And that one will go in reverse. The defense all over that pitch on the option. The Bulldogs now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. When you've already sent your punter out 4 times, at least he knows he's going to get his varsity letter, and his leg might get a bigger workout if they don't convert. Fresno State will have to punt it away.
Man, this quarterback is going to need an ice bath when this game is over because he is getting whacked. We've seen him go down. He's been sacked time and time again. He just got nailed another time on that last play. He can't wait for this game to be over.
And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Reads it, fires complete. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Finds a man in the middle. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. First down here for the offense. Brown wants to pass. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? He wants to throw it again. Out of the backfield, he's open. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the 1st down. The Trojans are on the move. Wants to throw on 1st down. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Still running at the 35. And another big game for this offense. They are putting explosive pass after explosive pass up in this one. Inside the 25. They'll snap it from the 24. 1st down. Jet sweep to the receiver. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play. Able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And it's almost as if the defense knew that jet sweep was coming. Great job getting penetration at the point of attack. And they were in the backfield, nowhere for the receiver to go.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Ball's at the 24. A lot of confidence in their kicker from here, but they'd love to take it off of his foot and convert the 1st down. Got it in the middle. It's Fields. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short. So here comes the field goal unit once again. They've already kicked 3 tonight. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. They extend the lead to 5 here in the 3rd. They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. After 3 consecutive punts, we'll see if they can dial up something that can get this offense moving forward. Yeah, it's a bit of a surge, and he's knocked down after picking up 3 to the 26.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. That's the end of the period, and USC has the lead. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the third quarter steps. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38.
What a beautiful throw and catch. And I'll tell you, sometimes when you're throwing the go route, you can overanalyze things and think, what coverage do we want it against? What matchup are we looking for? But if I've got a guy outside that I know could go make a play, I don't care. I'm throwing it up, and I'm letting him go make a play.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. To the ground. He's got it again. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
You know, with defense, it's this pick or poison game, right? Like, to make them run the football.
Behind this defense. They'll try to power their way ahead. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down.
That has got to be so demoralizing for the defense. You haven't been able to stop this guy all game long. And here on third down, they're handing it off to him anyway because they don't think you can stop him. This defense right now, you see a lot of people hanging their heads a little bit because they're not playing with tons of confidence.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. Stop just inside the 30 at the 29. It's a 10-yard pickup and a first down. And the Bulldogs pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Working that left side now. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And this offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offense is really...
And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day.
As a quarterback, you've got to give your receiver an opportunity to make the play. You've got to put the ball on his body. That throw gets away a little bit from the QB, and that leads to the tip and the interception.
He breaks a tackle. Got some room to run. Trying to give them some room to work with. Stopped just short of the 20. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 19. And the Trojans in a good spot here with 2nd and short. They'll go right back to the run. He's brought down at the 29 after a 10-yard gain. They'll start this one from the 29 on first down. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Brown will throw it. Let's it fly. Soft spot in the middle. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. The Trojans look to keep this drive humming. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Working that left side. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. Zings it complete to the right.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that your quarterback is dialed in.
Touchdown, Trojans! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the 4th quarter, everything going in their direction.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Fresno State takes over and the offense will go back to work. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot, and now let's see if they can pull this one out. Working on the right to the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense. Good start to this drive, and they'll need much, much more if they're going to give them a finish.
They need a ton more of this, but you got to start the drives great. The first play needs to be really good. That was a good start. Now we got to keep building on it, and we got to do it in a hurry.
Complete to the left. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36. Fresno State right back to the line.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock. That is at a premium for this offense.
Makes the grab. Guided out of bounds at the 22. A good play for this offense as they are threatening to score. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And the quarterback gets hit again. You already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. Brown wants to pass. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Grabbed over the middle. It's Fields. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. From the gun on 3rd down. It's complete to the left. At the 45 on his way. All out of space. Touchdown USC. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. My goodness, he is putting on a laser show right now. Liner, Palmer, Pat Hayden, Marinovich, you name it. These guys are going to be looking up at this dude.
Just spinning the bean all over the yard, and that's why you come to USC. Those names you mentioned, and you know that ball's going to be in your hands. You get to go make plays, and he is doing exactly that.
Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. The Bulldogs can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wants to go up top. Throws to the wideout. Oh, he drops it. That is a catch he makes 99 times out of 100, but it'll be 3rd down. And the Bulldogs come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Caught. Oh, he's got some space. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a 1st down. Fresno State back to work with a fresh set of downs. Fires deep toward the end zone. Almost intercepted. They took a shot on first down and just about turned the thing over. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. They'll move the wide receiver. Back to pass on second down. Throws for the tight end. This time he's got his man. He gets across the 20 and finally out of bounds at the 19. They're in the red zone. Fresno State moving it quickly down the field. They're in the red zone and they'll pass it. Got his man on the right. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking to fire. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to do.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. Looking to the big tight end. Makes a connection. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own. And that one is picked off in the end zone.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
He'll keep it himself. Quick spin on the line. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And the Trojans are facing third and inches. They'll try to bully their way for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. And they'll take a knee, the universal symbol for we have this thing in hand. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit over.